This is the Rising Tide Startups podcast, where we chat with startup founders from all over the globe to help you escape the cubicle and begin your own startup journey. Make sure you take notes. Every episode of Rising Tide Startups is sponsored by Podbrand Media. Let Podbrand create and host your company branded podcast. Learn more at podbrandmedia.com. This is Kevin Prewett with another episode of Rising Tide Startups, and we have a very special episode today. This is kind of the intro special for 2024, and I have a special friend with me on the episode today, Czarina Lei Pineda. Czarina, say hello to Rising Tide audience.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Hey, it's good to have you. So Czarina, and she goes by Cha. And I have been working together since the first week of May last year. And I actually found her on LinkedIn. I was looking for a virtual assistant to help me with the podcast. And I interviewed 6 or 8 virtual assistants, and she was the one that just kind of stood out in this lineup of people that I chatted with. And we've worked really closely together for the last 9 months, and she does an amazing job. I remember the first time that we started working together, I had a list of tasks, kind of the workflow for the podcast, and I was under the mistaken impression that I was going to have to train her on how to do these things, and then maybe she could take them over. But from the first time we talked, I could tell that she understood this better than I did. So I just showed her kind of the work process. She not only took it on with very little training, but actually improved the process greatly. So, Cha, I am forever grateful for you stepping in and taking that over. But we have a special focus on Rising Tide, for at least for the first half of 2024, and it may go further than that. But we want to really focus on virtual assistant agencies and companies that founders have created. We're going to interview founders that have started these types of companies, and we've already done some interviews already in late 2023 that are going to go live early in 2024, and just learned so much about this whole process. And it has really been been very eye-opening for me, and just how amazed I've been at the quality of work and the work ethic, and just how quickly work gets done, well and on time. And it really has changed my business. I mean, in a very short period of time. So, Shaw, thank you for doing that. I want to just tell you, or give you space right now. Just introduce yourself real quick, and then maybe tell what it's been like working on that side of the equation. Like what's it been like working with Rising Tide for the first 8 months?
Oh, well, hi everyone. My name is Czarina Lei Pineda, and you can call me Cha. Working with the Rising Tide has been like a really different experience for me, because for the past few years I've been working on 2 different clients, but I decided to welcome Kevin into my space, because I've been thinking I needed a change, and it is a change indeed to have, because it gave me new perspective on the things that I do. And I would like to say that I'm also thankful with Kevin because of this opportunity. He actually is being actually my career coach or something like that, because it's helping me on a lot of things, on some things that I don't think that I could do. For instance, building this agency together with him, because for the longest time, I know that I want to welcome expansion, and I didn't know that it will come this way. It's so much bigger than what I thought, and it's so much grander. And then with Rising Tides, I mean, working with the podcast itself, it's just it's just like an operational thing for me. It's an easy step-by-step process for me. But what matters to me now is the relationship that I've built with Kevin and all the people that he's been with and into. So yeah, I'm thankful for that and for this opportunity that Kevin has given me. So thank you.
Well, you have done, like I said, you've done an amazing work. And what was really interesting is, I would say last fall, sometime last fall, maybe October or so, I just out walking my dog one day and thinking, as I'm kind of nearing retirement age, my day gig, I'm thinking, what am I going to pour my life into, for, that kind of that twilight, period of my life here, and just working with Cha and working with other VAs has just given me so much joy, and just like I said, amazed at the work product that they provided, that I want to launch a service. It's called Naviqus, that is going to be launched early in 2024. And we really want to provide administrative and support services for small businesses, and really connect some really highly vetted, highly trained, highly experienced virtual assistants that we're actually calling virtual specialists, because it's much more than an assistant. Like I said before, I thought I was going to have to do some training, and amazingly, they brought much higher skills to the table than I possess. So I just want to play my part in just helping connect, really quality virtual specialists in the Philippines to, companies around the world that need these administrative services. And some of the services that we're looking to provide are, administrative services, calendaring, email support, lead generation, social media management, community management. I mean, if you have a community, just let them interact, on your behalf in that community. And Cha, those are just some of the first services that we've kind of talked about and worked through. And I told Cha, I said, you're not my employee, you're my partner in this. So we really do want to build this together. And she already has started to compile an amazing list of virtual specialists in the Philippines that have, unique skills in specific areas. So as we onboard clients that need these services, we're going to have a great stable of staff that are really willing and able to step in at an extremely affordable rate. And not only like she said, that just the opportunities she's had working with Rising Tide and other clients, that this is an opportunity to be life-changing as well. And so Cha, what are some other maybe services that I haven't mentioned that you may think of, that the friends and colleagues that you worked with on the Philippine side, what are some other services that you think might be available?
I think there would be the social media management, and email marketing, the SEO, the web design and web development, um, you know, podcast services,
Yeah, like I
um,
forgot podcast editing,
yeah,
video,
podcast
audio editing.
editing,
Yeah,
and could also have like the operation side,
right,
business
right.
management, yes, something like that. I think there are vast of services that we could offer, um, and I think it goes down to like providing the solutions to their problems
Yeah.
initially. So we have to like pinpoint their problems down so we could provide with them the best services that suits their needs.
Yeah, it's and one thing, the nice thing about the service is it's just kind of a flat rate. It's a flat hourly rate, and the business don't have to worry about all the admin and the bookkeeping side of things. I mean, just invoiced based on the amount of time worked. And to be honest with you, it's the hourly rate is like I said earlier, it's very affordable, and but it's also effective service. And we want to develop relationships between the businesses and the virtual specialists so much that they instead of just seeing them as like a contracted, freelancer or whatever, we really want them to be part of their teams. And it's amazingly like you have become part of my team. So what are some other things that just come to mind that as you and I have talked about this, what are some other things that you think might be in the future for Naviqus?
Um, so initially, what I've thought about this when Kevin like shared it with me, or when you shared it with me, is that it is a purposeful work. So it kind of like not only made me realize that what I'm doing is just not for my sake, but for the sake of other people. And it's because it's going to give them like the opportunity to also venture, because for us Filipinos, it's like a saturated market, and that people are really, or the clients that we're landing are really giving us a lower rate, or not, you know, I mean, you mentioned that they are affordable, but they're below than that. So I have to be honest.
Yeah.
And for us, like working with the clients and this VS, this specialist, they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I want them to have at least the compensation that are equivalent to their needs, based, of course, in our, in our monetary terms, and not kicking the dirt on us just
Mm-hmm.
because we want to provide the services. So I want that. I want that equal opportunity for the Filipinos as well. And then also like to provide them with also the benefits, because as virtual specialists working for foreign people, we were left to our own devices to provide for our own health care, for our own family, to pay for the internet and something like that. I want to see that this is something that we can thrive on,
Mm-hmm.
and work together for a long time. And aside from that, I see it like matching, premium uh, premium services to the right people, aligned people, and not just people that will just take advantage of us. Because I think Naviqus would be a win-win kind of relationship
Yeah.
for both parties. So I want that. So those are the things that I see uh will be that will happen to Naviqus for quite some time, and I hope it does, because I want this to maintain itself for such a
Mm-hmm.
long period of time, not just until Kevin's retirement or so, but like just also for the people that are looking for it. You know,
Yeah, I
that's
appreciate that. I like the way that you phrased that, it's, there are a lot of services out there that try to connect, virtual assistants, online. And it's amazing how often I feel like that they're taken advantage of, based on like just kind of driving the rate down as low as people can possibly get it to save the most money. And that's not what we're about. We want to provide really quality service at a fair rate, not only for the small business, but a fair rate for the virtual specialists as well. And just kind of be that middle piece, that connector, that the party that vets, the party that really maintains quality control on making sure that the services provided are good and timely. And yeah, it's going to be a fun ride, and I can't wait to onboard our first clients. I mean, my vision is not big. I think of the kind of the story of the starfish, where I can't save a million starfish, and I can't help a million starfish, but I can sure help a few. And it's I am relying heavily on Cha to personally vet each specialist and make sure that the services that they provide, that they say they can provide, that they are actually gifted in that area, and have a track record of providing those types of services. So it's going to be a fun ride. Anything else that you want to add to this as we wrap up today?
So to everyone, please check out navigus.com to see our wide range of services. Thank you.
Yeah, it's that is the website. It's naviqus.com, naviqus.com, and we'll make sure and link that in the show notes. And there we'll probably work out some kind of bonus, some kind of lifetime flat rate or whatever for the first clients we onboard, just as a bonus to them and a benefit to them. But Cha, thanks again for joining us on Rising Tide. Thank you for all of your hard work and just the joy of being able to work with you, and the blessing of being able to work with you, and really just what's in your own way, just playing your part in helping all boats rise in a rising tide. Cha, have a great day. At Naviqus, we know you spend far too much time on administrative tasks. Let us take those off your plate so you can focus on the highest value activities in your business. We have highly trained, highly vetted specialists ready to take on those administrative responsibilities at an affordable and effective rate. Check us out at Naviqus.com, proud sponsor of Rising Tide Startups podcast. I hope you heard some great takeaways from our guests today. Make sure you reach out to them, and thank you again for playing your part in helping all boats rise in a rising tide.